So today we will be going over our current update. First, we are going to start off with our driver, for which we have added a new type. So in addition to company driver, owner operator, we now have lease purchase. So under the driver's profile, you can select lease purchase driver here to be that new additional type. Our next change will be under our preferences. So if we go to Tools, Preferences, we open that up. First off, we'll go into our accounting section, which now you will be able to auto-generate this information in the email subjects for a direct billing provider as well as a factoring email. So you can now automatically generate the invoice date, the load number, the customer information, the invoicing company, the invoice number, and the invoice amount based off of the files and order information that you are submitting. So that can automatically now be input in the subject for direct billing and factoring email. So as you can see on our next change as well, we now have a new Quickbooks section that will be under Preferences. So here we will have basically broken down the configuration that you will be having. You can still choose your invoicing company. So for example, here you will now be selecting whether the Quickbooks will be the desktop or online version, your bank account. And here on the bottom, you will have all your separate driver accounts based off of your company driver up here on the top, your owner operator, and then your lease purchase. So if you are taking these expenses to different Quickbooks accounts based off of driver type, you can select these here. And then you will also be able to select a different invoice item that will also have to be generated within Quickbooks. So instead of just having one general trip, you can have your trip for your company drivers and label it, for example, trip C or trip company, however you want to set it up. And then also for the corresponding owner operators and lease purchase drivers. So if you want to keep the same and just have a general trip for accounting purposes, you can in essence just keep the same information that we had on the previous Quickbooks integration screen, that you will have your accounts based off of the same original ones that you had set under accounting, but they will just be the same for your company drivers and your owner operators. And if you do not have any lease purchase drivers, you can just leave this section empty. The next change that we have will be regarding tolls. So as you can see now under the tolls section, we have Prepass information. So we're just gonna need your login, password, and account number in order to pull the data from Prepass automatically into the system. The following change will be regarding orders. So we have a small change with a new field that will also be here under the column section. So now we have added a rate per loaded mile, as you can see here. So you can add that as a column. And then if we open up an order as well, we will now be able to see when we scroll down the rate per mile and the rate per loaded mile. So you will have both of those rates here available to view. Last change for this update will be regarding permissions for certain users. So if we open up a user that's not a super admin, we will now see this additional change under the truck section. So you can allow who you want to actually edit the location for the trucks. If you don't have this checked, you won't be able to edit the current location under the truck's profile. But if you do have it selected, you will then have that feature to edit the location for whatever reason that is needed. So that concludes our current update. Let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.